Warning, we are a spoilers podcast. At times we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. Alright, pussies, this is your final warning.
Hey there, and welcome to Cinematic Anarchy. Thank you for once again allowing us into your stir-crazy quarantined worlds. Today we're going to be going ahead and talking about the 2018 remake of Suspiria. Today I have with me Miss B.
Hello.
And we have Miss Peyton.
Hello.
Long time no see.
I know.
And, well, I guess let's just go to it. I mean, rather with no delays, no waiting. Let's just get to talking.
This is such a good fucking movie.
It really was. At first I was a little, I don't know, because it has, sort of a slow beginning, and it doesn't really give you, an idea of, what's happening, and then eventually you just sort of figure it out. Plus it had to do with witches, which I am so on board for.
Dude, okay, so, yeah, it's a little slow at the beginning, and then it fucking punches you in the face with that first dance where the chick is, where fucking Patricia's getting all, it's Patricia or Olga?
It's Olga.
Olga's getting all fucking contorted, and the fucking jaw thing, oh god.
Oh my god, it was so good. Plus I'm, a really big fan of Dakota Johnson, a lot.
Yeah.
I watched both films, which, I've seen Dario Argento's original, years ago. And,
the 2006 film?
2000, no, whoa, way earlier than that.
Wow, hold up, let me see what I was looking at.
I want to say the original film was 1960s, 1970s. Let's see. Was not 1977.
Yep. Then why did fucking Amazon show me 2006? What the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe they did remastered it in 2006.
Maybe.
They do that. They'll take it, remaster it, put a whole new soundtrack under it, and re-release it. But the film itself, I was worried that they weren't going to have quite as many iconic death scenes, things that would really stick with you. And I was pleasantly surprised by this movie, which took almost 3 hours of my life.
Dude, okay,
Okay.
I don't even, I can't put it into words. It's so fucking good.
It was literally just, I got that same feeling, is that it was just unsettling to watch. It wasn't scary, it wasn't, a jump scare, it really wasn't even suspenseful, because you could kind of, guess what was going to happen, but it was just really unsettling.
It's that crawl under your skin kind of uncomfortability.
Like when you watch a car crash, but you just can't look away.
Yeah.
I really felt this, if we're going to compare movies, personally, after I knew the original fairly well, the ending to the original always kind of left me feeling why? Why did you just cut it off that abruptly?
Yeah.
This one
this one had an abrupt end.
Well, it had an abrupt end, but it was a little more tied together. In the original film, the house is just falling apart. It basically bursts into flames. She runs out, and then you see, "Thank you for watching Suspiria," and then the credits roll. And it was
really annoying.
This at least felt like it ended. The other one, it was you saw the "Thank you for watching Suspiria," and you were like, "What? That's it? Are you done?"
I do have some questions.
Okay.
Okay. So, Chris, since you watched the original, maybe it explained it better in the original, but Tilda Swinton's character, is she dead? Because, she got cut, but then, the girl picked her head up, and then she was like, "Oh my god, what?" and then it just, like, dropped back down again. So, like, is she dead, or is she just, like...
Actually, the original film, from what I saw, did not revolve around Tilda Swinton's character quite as much.
Madame Blanc.
What was the other... Oh, God, what was the other young lady's name? Not young lady. Because you know how they played it up as, like, two different factions. Two different factions, which is...
Marcos and Blanc.
Marcos. It revolved a lot more around Marcos than Tilda Swinton's character. Which is weird. But, yeah, I honestly don't know. They kind of left that out in the open. I feel there was a lot of things that they kind of left up in the air and left to the imagination in the second film.
I think she's still alive.
I feel like she is, but is she... I'm like, is she going to become like that, like Marcos was, like all kind of deformed and shit, and like need to put herself into somebody else at this point?
More than likely. I mean, I think that was what ritual you saw was the ritual of them basically sacrificing the girl so that the old witch can have the young body. Mm-hmm. Almost like passing her spirit on to the next host.
I don't know. I don't feel like Madame Blanc would, like, get that to that point. I don't feel like she would let herself fall to that point, because, like, at the very end there, she was like, no, this isn't right. It has to be pure. She has to, like, want this completely, and then eventually she's like, no, I don't want to do this. This is wrong.
Yeah.
And it turns out
also,
she
was
is.
she that chick the whole time?
I don't know that she was. It didn't feel like it. It felt like maybe... Or maybe she was, but something about the dance awakened that part of her.
Mm-hmm. I was also trying to look at, like, her eyes. Like, I don't remember Dakota Johnson's eyes being so dark throughout the entire movie, and then towards the end, they were, like, black.
I think that was a progression.
Like,
I think it slowly turned that way.
And that's what I mean. That's why I'm like, was she that the whole time, or did it happen gradually? Did something happen? I noticed it probably, like, after the dance, that the eyes were just really dark. And I was like, that doesn't look like what she looked like the whole time. So I don't know if they were using that for some sort of transformation, or maybe she was her the whole time. I mean, they had the flashbacks of her when she was little, like wanting to go to Berlin, so maybe it was there the whole time.
Also in the original film, Jessica Harper, she didn't play the same... I mean, it was still Susie. She was still the American coming from the United States to be part of the company. But they didn't play it up this way. The entire movie was always a complete violation what they were trying to do to her, and it didn't end with her being that force that they were trying to appease.
Yeah.
Literally, it just ended with her trying to escape the house.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to watch the original.
No?
No.
I like the way you're making it sound doesn't sound as good.
That, I feel like it's going to ruin this version for me.
I feel it's worth watching for those two reasons that I gave you earlier. One, just to compare and contrast the two. You know, how they improved on the original, but also because of the fact that Jessica Harper actually had a role in this movie.
Yeah.
So she went on, Jessica Harper, the Susie from the original movie, was the long-lost wife of the psychiatrist in this movie.
Anka.
Wait, what?
Yep. So when they dupe him into believing that his long-lost wife has returned home, that woman that plays his wife is Jessica Harper from the original movie, the original Susie.
Oh, now I feel like I have to watch it.
It's worth watching. It's only an hour and a half. It's not 2.5 hours like this.
God, what happened to lengthen the movie like that?
Better story?
It was worth it, though, right?
It was good. It was good. I like the part where the heads explode.
I enjoyed this far more than I enjoyed the original, I'll be honest. And I know that a lot of Dario Argento lovers are going to kick me in the ass for saying that, but... Well, he's like the master of Italian horror and suspense. He has a lot of films out there. If you go through probably Amazon, you could probably find 24 of his films to just watch for free. A lot of them are fairly good, but again, they're products of their time. A movie in the 1970s didn't have access to quite as many special effects or practical effects as a movie made 2 years ago did.
Yeah.
Or even this year, for that matter.
Also, I got, when she got there, I don't think that she knew what they were all about. And then it felt like all of a sudden she knew what they were about. Like when Tilda Swinton came to her room and was talking to her, and they were having that mind conversation. Like, how all of a sudden just boom did you know about their relationship?
I feel... go ahead.
Tilda Swinton said that she had been projecting her dreams into this chick's mind while she was asleep. It's probably slowly been revealing the truth to her through her dreams.
I think they did that to actually a lot of people, because when she ended up laying down next to the other young lady, and she's like, "Yeah, I had dreams of toilet bowls and hairballs for weeks before they subsided."
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
So
because they were trying to figure out who's going to be the one.
Well, I think it's programming.
They manipulate the girls into doing their little spell dances, and they never remember what's happening the next day, because after the whole fucking head exploding thing, I drank too much last night, I don't remember anything, my head hurts, this and that, everything is sore.
Interesting.
But I've got the movie playing in the background here, and after having watched the movie once through already, I get the feeling...
I've watched it 5 times, and I'm still, catching shit.
Just to answer the question that you had made just before we started this part, I do feel like she knew. I feel like she played coy to get into the graces of the coven. Basically putting herself in a position where she was able to infiltrate and sort of figure out who was for her, who was against her, so that when she was finally in a position where she could do something, which she does mention at the end of the movie, that, there would be practically nobody to stand against her.
Yeah. At her interview going into the dance company, she said she had, seen them twice before. And I
think in the beginning she also said, that she insisted on auditioning for this.
Yeah.
She had called and was like, you have to let me audition. So I guess that makes sense.
Alright, are there any particular moments in the movie, seeing as we're giving it a rave review, that you didn't like? And silence.
The shit with the cops.
The cops?
Yeah.
Where they're fucking laughing at them half naked. I don't know. It was stupid.
Yep, I really could have dealt without seeing the little dick, honestly.
Yeah.
Could have spent my entire day without having seen that much penis.
Yeah, holy shit.
There is one other contrast. One other thing, when you watch the original movie, you'll notice that the troupe that this movie revolves around, there's actually it's half and half. It's half guys, half girls. So it's like a full ballet troupe, both male and female, where they decided to go all female for this. My one thing that I did not particularly like is I didn't like the fact that they felt it necessary to make the main costume for the dance rope bondage.
Yeah, what's up with that? I feel like people will trip on that. Or they'll get tangled, they'll go to kick out, and your foot will get stuck, and...
Well, I don't know, I liked it just because it goes with the witchy vibe.
I don't know if I agree with that, too. I mean, rope bondage going with the witchy vibe?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, my wife's a witch. I never came up, honestly.
Have you ever asked?
About rope bondage? I wouldn't say that it's ever come up in conversation, no.
Well, there you go.
Maybe you should ask.
Because every witch I know fucking is super into rope bondage and, like, knows all kinds of fucking... it's a thing.
Okay.
I think they use rope and binding spells a lot, don't they? Rope or string or stuff like that.
See, now there's a point that makes sense to me. Yeah, I know. Actually, even one of the spells that not a spell, hand fasting, I believe they use a rope that they loosely wrap around your hands during the ceremony. Which is like the Wiccan version
It's a thing
of the Christian wedding. So okay, see that makes a little bit more sense. I just think like maybe. I think it's maybe the flailing rope that kind of made me feel like there had to have been accidents during the filming where people were getting, like, whipped in the face with the rope. You know, you got, like, whip marks up the side.
Look at a picture of someone just going like this and just fucking roping someone's eye. Oh, my God. Just like a cornea accident.
There's a lot of feedback from your microphone, Miss Peyton. I'm getting a lot of digitized feedback. I don't know why.
Is it because I'm too close?
I don't know. Do you have like is your volume on high?
Yeah.
That might be it. We're maybe just getting feedback off the phone itself.
Hold on.
Just turn it down a notch or two. I have to turn mine down enough so that like it doesn't feed back into you guys too. Because then you get an echo, and it hates you. I didn't mean to stop mid-podcast to start talking like, hey, you know, I can't hear you, and I'm hearing...
Technical difficulties.
Please stand by for technical difficulties.
Is this better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear the feedback anymore.
Okay. Well, I needed to put my headphones on, apparently.
It was like, I don't know what you call it, like digitizing you? It's like...
Yeah, it's probably just because you guys are talking and I'm talking and it's all being repeated back.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think the visual effects, like, all over for this film were really, really, like, spot on. I enjoyed the remake overall. I mean, I think it should have gotten a better IMDb rating, honestly. Like, the Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb rating for this are, like, spot on with a lot of the bad movies that we watch. And I think that that's not a fair shake. I think that's a lot of that's just people falling in love with the old Dario Argento movie and not giving this one a chance to stand on its own.
Yeah.
Because, while this is based off the same film, it is a completely different feel. I mean, this one was, like... The original movie was like hardcore tacky Italian. It really was like from bottom to top. Even like I don't know if you've ever seen like old Italian films where the wallpaper is just like a really really loud pattern. Ooh, what happened there?
Oh. What?
I don't know. I just heard a lot of beep for a minute there. That was weird.
You heard a beep? I didn't hear a beep.
1 second.
I heard a beep. You didn't hear a beep?
No.
I'm just hearing sounds then. Maybe I can hear dog whistles. Anybody use a dog whistle? I know my wife and my daughters can. Like I played one of those videos on YouTube that they play to annoy your dog with the high-pitched sound. I couldn't hear it. They could hear it, and they're like, hey, that is annoying. Turn that shit off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I can't hear anything. It's not annoying me. So I turned it up. They yelled at me. All right, well, I think this is about all we have to say for the first half, yes? Yes?
Yeah.
So, as far as we're concerned, Dario Argento's version... Well, I personally, you have not seen it.
Highly recommend.
Dario Argento's version, that's the original.
I've been recommending this movie for like months.
I I recommend watching both, but if you've never seen the Dario Argento film before, you will appreciate it more if you watch the new version first. Just
But the new
because
version's very good.
you can compare and contrast. Like, one of the big things that stood out to me, like, in this film, they tell her they understand how artists struggle and they need a foot up, so we're not going to charge you anything for rent here. The first movie, they were like, yeah, this place costs a lot of money, I'm sorry, so you're going to have to live off campus and live with one of the people that live here, or used to live here, and you're going to be paying $50 American a month. Sorry.
I think that was also a way to isolate them, though, if you think about it. It's usually if you're like, oh, you can live here, but this is the rent. Now you have to go and get a job. Then you meet new people. Then they become part of your life. And then they start asking questions when you start acting weird. So it's more of a way like, this is your whole life. Like, you eat, sleep, and breathe there. We don't want you to have to worry about anything else. So it's more of a way to isolate them and keep them within the company as opposed to letting them have lives outside.
Yeah.
Another contrast, I did appreciate the fact that they had the room of ropes with all the victims in it that were not necessarily dead. They were like...
Yeah.
Like, Olga was
What was that thing with no legs, though?
Probably one of the victims.
Yeah. Probably, it was.
They're keeping them alive and feeding off of them, basically.
Was Olga down there? I didn't see.
Yes. She was in the corner.
Oh, no.
She was the one in the corner
I have
with
to watch
everything
it.
twisted
Great, I have to
behind
watch
her.
it again.
Yeah, now I have to watch that one spot again, just so I can see her.
Fucking...
Yes.
I'm trying to think. There were 3 girls that went missing, right? Like, throughout the movie?
Yeah,
It was the first one.
There were 4 girls down in the room with ropes, so there may have been more. There was only 3 known girls that were missing.
It was the third girl. All I knew about was Olga and Patricia.
Oh, good lord. I can't remember the first girl's name. Did they get to the Chloe Grace Moretz character? Did they actually get to her?
Yeah,
After she disappeared. Yeah, she was down in the basement.
Okay, she was the
That
one that she
was the one
actually...
Like, Mother Marcos was, like, feeding off of her.
Okay.
Or not feeding off of her, but, like, draining her energy, and fucking she started, like, turning into this wrinkly fucking thing.
Yeah.
Did like the effects for that as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and...
Question. Did the wrinkly body make Chloe look better or worse?
I'm going to lean towards worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that?
That was, like, meant to be a joke, because people, like, criticize her for her looks all the time.
Okay.
But it's okay.
I think she's cute as fuck.
I don't know, a lot of people compare my older daughter to Chloe Grace Moretz. Quite a bit.
Your daughter is way prettier than that chick, so...
I share a birthday with her.
With Chloe or with Serenity?
Chloe.
If it was Serenity, I would know.
Yeah, right?
I would know that.
That
would be easy to remember. But, no, in all honesty, I agree with you, but of course I'm her father, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I think something just slipped by me there. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah?
Okay.
No? Okay. We're gonna go to our quick break for sponsors for just a moment, and then we're gonna be back with the second half of our podcast, which I have not determined what we're doing yet, so it's gonna be as big a surprise to me as it is to anybody else listening, because I didn't decide on anything yet. So we will be back.
Woo.
Welcome back to Cinematic Anarchy. Thank you for sticking with us through our sponsorship. And we're going to go into the second half here. We're going to ask a few questions, throw a few people on the trolley tracks. So we're going to start with, what is worse than waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, realizing that you left the window open, and having to sit on an ice-cold toilet seat?
What's worse than that?
Yes, what's worse than that? And this is an open question, so be imaginative.
Finding out that someone broke into your house through that open window, shit on the toilet seat that you didn't see before you sat down. so now you're sitting in cold shit. That's not yours.
Okay. That's disgusting. I said be imaginative.
I feel like I would be 10 times more upset to sit in someone else's shit than just on a cold toilet seat.
Good point.
Waking up at 5 a.m., going into the bathroom, realizing the window's open to sit on a cold fucking toilet seat, and then after getting out of the bathroom, finding out that someone ate your leftover Chinese food.
How about waking up at 5 a.m., going into the bathroom, seeing that the window's open, and sitting down on a still warm toilet seat?
Oh no! And you live alone.
And you live alone, because that could just mean that like someone you live with saw that the window was open, sat down to take a morning dump, and then left and didn't shut the window.
That's still bad. Still bad. Still an asshole.
Still bad. Still an asshole.
Especially if that's in December. Why
That's
the fuck
funny.
did you leave the window open?
In Alaska.
Why would you in Alaska? In a snowstorm.
5 a.m. in Alaska in December and you left the fucking window open. Yeah.
And you live in a shack on a frozen lake.
Or in an igloo.
In an igloo.
The only way to leave the window open in the igloo is to push one of the bricks out.
Ooh, what's worse than waking up at 5 a.m., go to the bathroom and find the window open in a cold toilet seat, is realizing that your toilet has been replaced with an ice sculpture of a toilet.
Okay.
Because your pee is going to melt it. It's going to end up on your floor. And your ass is still going to be cold. Question.
Then you can go ice fishing. Go ahead.
This applies to ladies more than it does to men unless you sit when you pee. Does you sitting on an ice sculpture of a toilet for a period of time have the same effect as sticking your tongue to a cold pole?
Are you already wet?
I mean, like, you might be.
It depends on if you woke up with a night terror and you have a cold sweat, you know.
Well, yeah.
If you're in Alaska, they're all cold sweats.
Yeah.
New question.
There's like a ton of things worse than that.
This is a question only you two can answer because it is a question basically posed against myself. If you were put in charge of the music...
No hair.
What?
People with no hair.
People with no hair, yeah.
We're just an anti-bald establishment here, sir.
Sorry. If I put you in charge of the music for my funeral, what music would you choose to play?
Wannabe by the Spice Girl.
Well, at that point, I can't
like
complain.
On a loop.
I would come back from the dead and kick you for that. Just for that split second to kick you. That's all I need.
Yeah.
It's like the resurrection music right there. Just
Here's the thing though, I wouldn't just play that song. I'd like kind of put it down a tone so that it's all the keys are like off a little bit, so they're all flat keys. So the whole thing would be flat, kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's wannabe. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god!
Just like hire one of those monk choruses to just sing that.
Or I'll just ask the Spice Girls to do like a live performance in front of your casket.
Huh?
I'll hire the Spice Girls to come and do a live performance at your funeral.
Okay.
We're going to start with Wannabe, and then we're going to follow it up with Wannabe, and then finally we will do Wannabe.
At that point, they're going to have to rename their group Old Spice. It'll be a while.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Maybe Nico has a nicer option for you.
I have no idea.
Well, the only way to do this is comedically, really. Just no.
Yeah. Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only.
This is the sound of Miss B deep in thought. Well, she thought of something. She thought of something.
The song Timon sings to the hyenas on Lion King.
What song is that?
About Pumbaa.
Luau?
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I don't know how to sing it, but I understand.
Luau. If you're hungry for it.
All right. Next question. How old does an antique have to be to become an antique?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If it's like a cell phone, like 2 years maybe.
I think vehicle-wise, if I'm not mistaken, you can get an antique tag for your car after it's 15 years old.
I'd say 3 generations.
But yeah, if you're talking like heirlooms, stuff like that, I'd say antiques probably about 3 generations.
Yeah, like you'd have to get it from your great-grandma.
Yeah.
All right. All right, pick 2 movie plots that you think could be combined to create an even better movie.
What? Okay.
Suspiria and Hereditary.
I don't even think I'd want to watch that. I probably wouldn't even
love that so much.
Even make it through the opening scene before I just get so disturbed.
I want to see fucking this kid as like a merging of covens.
Okay. My answer's not quite as intelligent. I'll wait a minute, though. Go ahead. You said Oh.
No, I'm still thinking.
This is an of thinking. Okay.
The of thinking.
I want to make a really... I like making bad movies. So I say take the plot to Hey Dude, Where's My Car? And mix it with Die Hard. Just you get the 2 guys from Dude, Where's My Car? You get Ashton Kutcher and you get Sean William Scott. And you have them in place of John McClane's role.
Oh my god.
I think that would make a pretty interesting movie. Bad movie, but an interesting movie. And there's certain actors that no matter how often I watch them, even if they try to put them in intelligent roles, I can't look at them as like smart guys. They always either come off as a jackass or really, really dumb. Like the one actor that always comes to mind for that. You know who? Giovanni Ribisi.
No.
Let's see. Giovanni Ribisi. He was in My Name Is Earl. He played Phoebe's brother on Friends.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Every role that I've seen him in, it always seems kind of
like he's an inbred hick.
Exactly. Even in Boiler Room, he still felt the same way.
Yeah.
My answer is, it's sort of like a mix between. I would take the characters from Step Brothers and implant them into the plot for Dirty Dancing. Where Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly would play, obviously, Baby and Patrick Swayze.
I think that John C. Reilly would more than likely play Baby.
Do you really? I feel like he's a Swayze. Like, did you... I feel like he's a... That's just me. It's just me. I feel like he's a Swayze. I feel like Will Ferrell is much more of, like, the uptight dude that would, like, be loosey-goosey after a while. Kind of like when Get Hard.
Bear with me. I'm gonna make this real uncomfortable real quick, mentally, okay? Picture this. John C. Reilly plays the baby character. Will Ferrell plays every other character in the movie. A la Eddie Murphy.
I can see that.
Literally every other character in the movie.
Yes.
I can see that, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
I want to see fucking Ace Ventura
Okay.
in Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh, how about Scott Pilgrim and John dies in the end?
Oh my god, absolutely.
I don't know what that second movie is.
It's an acid trip on top of an acid trip on top of a mushroom trip on top of fucking DMT with a little bit of angel dust sprinkled on top.
It's It's like this kind of movie that you don't have to be on drugs to feel like you're on drugs watching it. It really, and it only, I mean, I would have to say I've watched the film several times at this point, and it only gets better the more you watch it because you pick up on more things as you're going along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Here's a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather never have to wipe your ass or never have to shave?
Oh!
The fuck? How tedious shaving is.
I think that depends on what type of bowel movements you have. Like, if you're that person who has to shit, like, 6 times a day.
My boyfriend.
I think that you would rather not wipe your ass.
I wonder how the never have to shave thing works, though. Like, if you were to do the would you rather thing and you're dealing with the devil here, like, would you rather never have to wipe your ass or never have to shave? Does that mean that he takes away your ability to do one or the other?
No, because you're never having to, not that you never get to.
I'm just trying to think with the brain. I'm trying to think with the brain of the devil. Does that mean that
someone else is going to wipe it for you? Like, every time I shit, do I have to, like, bend over and assume the position while someone wipes my ass for me?
Or is somebody there shaving you every single time, you know?
Or is he just going to, like, install a bidet in my toilet and that's the end of it? That's a real question.
I don't know. I don't like... I'm one of those, like, I have to be fucking smooth people. I don't like body hair on me. I like my boyfriend being all, like, chubby and fuzzy and cuddly and whatever the fuck. But personally, I would like to never shave again. It's so goddamn tedious to have to...
yeah, I'll say never shave again. Thinking that I shaved my legs last week for the first time since we've been quarantined.
Also, if I ever, like, have another child again... Shaving while you're pregnant is fucking impossible.
Oh,
dude,
that's an accurate statement.
Oh, I picked out some pretty weird fucking questions. Like, I went through the ATI deck.
It's too late, though. You can't change them. It's too late.
If you're sure you go.
I'm ready to get personal.
Are you okay?
These particular questions are really fucking weird, though. Hold on, I'm going to read one. You ready?
What do you mean weird?
Here we go.
It makes him uncomfortable to ask, kind of weird.
Is jerking off to the nudes of a girl who has just died weird or a nice tribute?
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's very weird.
I would say that's serial killer weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're dead,
when I look through pictures of dead bodies, I'm never like, wow, I'm so hot right now.
That's some, like, Bianca shit. The Instagram girl that got fucking murdered on live.
Oh, shit. What?
Yeah, dude, fucking, like, this guy was stalking her for years, and, like, he convinced himself that he had a relationship with her and everything, and, like, she was just trying to be a friend. And
wait, I know about this. And then he cut his own throat, right?
Yeah, he cut her throat. Like I
thought that he tried to kill himself after that, right?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, he like went to a forest and fucking recorded himself fucking like slicing his throat.
Yeah, and then he like laid down next to her.
Yep. But then cops found him and he was still alive.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Fucking crazy.
Fucked up.
Can't wait for that to come out on Forensic Files too.
Anyway, next question.
So it's weird. It's weird is the answer. It's that we decided.
Yeah, we decided that's definitely weird. Alright. Would you rather every porn you watch for the rest of your life to only have music or be in a foreign language?
So, like, you're just watching the pictures and it's just music playing, you don't hear anything?
Yes.
Or you hear things, but it's all in a foreign language?
Foreign language, the fuck?
Foreign language, yeah.
It's like no noise, just music. It's like, why is
The
this...
noise is half the fun.
Why is this set to Bolero? You know?
Yeah, the noise is half the fun, definitely. I don't want to just see it and hear, like, techno in the background. Like, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
See, we're fine with these questions. It's okay.
You good.
Okay. All right. Would you rather bang somebody who has... Okay, sorry. Would you bang somebody who has an exact... Or is, the exact identical twin of one of your buddies?
So basically, if my best friend had a twin, would I bang them?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty on the nose.
No.
I want to put that up with the weird area.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird.
Because then that's like, well, then why aren't you thinking that way of the same person? I mean,
just because you're twins doesn't mean you have the same personality.
True.
Very true.
I would do it. I'm going to say yeah. Whatever. And if they want to join into, that's fine as well.
How's your relationship with a friend?
This is like one of your best buddies.
Good, or are you on like...
Oh, yeah, no, I completely forgot about the friend code. Hold on. Like, are you and that friend, like, don't sleep with my brother type of thing? Or is it like you can sleep with my brother because everyone sleeps with my brother?
Well, I mean, I feel it would be like one thing to sleep with somebody's brother or sister or whatever. But, on the other hand, to sleep with somebody that is the exact identical twin of your best buddy, I think that would kind of muddy up your relationship with that person, too.
Yep.
You're just assuming that they're going to find out, though.
Well, that is the assumption of this particular question, anyway, yes.
I thought it was more just like, would you bang someone who looks like your friend?
Is the exact identical twin of your friend.
I'll still say yes. I'll still say it. Whatever. If you're so against me getting some dick, then we can't be friends anyway. If you're so against it that you're just like, nope, this is like, the line has been, like, fuck you. If you wanted to get some dick, I'd be okay with that. Like, fine. But I do have friends like that. Not that they are identical, but I have friends that are like, because I'm like, oh my god, your brother is so attractive. And they're like, I'll fucking kill you. Like, we'll never be friends again. I'm just like, alright, touchy subject. I'll wait till you move out.
In the zombie apocalypse, where would you take shelter?
New Zealand.
I don't think we're talking, like, country-wise here. I think, like, what domicile would you take shelter in?
The Hobbit holes from Lord of the Rings, which is in New Zealand.
Are you in New Zealand? How are you getting to New Zealand?
I'm going to hijack a plane.
Can you fly a plane?
Or a boat.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think I would immediately find a tall building with roof access.
Why, then you're stuck up there?
Well, yes and no. I mean, we're looking at where you're going to take shelter. Okay, so this is going to be my base.
Underground!
I would rather have something that I can fortify completely. If I need to, I can take shelter in upper levels, find a way to block off the lower levels, and you can make a garden on the roof.
I'd take a prison.
A prison?
They have an armory, they have a cafeteria, they have cells where you can lock yourself in the event that there is an outbreak within the prison.
A grocery store?
Usually prisons have underground fucking tunnels.
You lock yourself in a cell during a zombie riot, I think that's your last place.
Well, here's the thing. You don't want to do anything that is too big for you to afford. Like, people are like, oh, I'd go to a mall because it's got all these options. Do you know how many entrances there are to a mall that you would have to, make sure are sealed? Like, that's a lot. You want to just make sure it's something that's big enough for you to have a nice stockpile in, but also you want, like...
People are with you.
Yeah, you want, like, one way in and, like, maybe 3 ways out, just in case. Because one way in means, like, they can only get in from this one way.
Yeah.
And then 3 ways out is, like, so you're not all trying to run through the same tunnel. Like, what you basically want to do is have a safe place underground that has one way in, that has 3 tunnels out that lead to, like, you know how, like, sewage things lead to, like, a cliff that, like, goes into water or something like that? Something like that somewhere that you can escape, but they obviously aren't going to, like, rappel down and get through the tunnel because they're zombies. That's the trick right there. Big enough for you to manage, one way in, multiple ways out in case you need to disperse.
This guy gets it.
Yeah. I'm gonna survive. No, I won't. You gotta have good cardio for that shit, and we can clearly tell I don't.
I'm gonna go get my
asthma.
I'd probably, like, try to loot a gun store and then find a bunker.
Right.
Or build a bunker.
Build a bunker.
Build a bunker. I'd say find a bunker is probably better than trying to build one in the zombie apocalypse. Takes time.
See, that's the thing. If you're
smart, you build one beforehand.
Exactly. The fuck?
Right.
Prepare.
Oh my god, Chris, I have a good idea for you. If you build something in a tall building, what you can do is around the building, you can make one of those nets that we were talking about the first time I was on the podcast, so that if the zombies do ever come up there, all you have to do is push them off the side. And then, maybe like when zombies are coming down the street, they'll see all those zombies up there and be like, no look there. Like, I'm not going to get anywhere up there because it's just lined with zombie guts and shit.
Yeah, I like my
That's what you need. You just need a french fry fence halfway down the building.
Or, if you got a bunch of people in the high-rise with you, you can create new zombies by throwing them overboard.
True.
Just testing how long... We're just testing how long it takes for these people to turn into zombies. There you go. All right. All right. Yeah, we got a few people now. We're going to go ahead and throw on trolley tracks. Moved on from the questions. And we start with the top of the deck here. So you are driving a trolley, and on your right-hand track, we have a timeshare salesman with some really exciting offers. Ooh. Something happened here. I don't know what it is. I'm confused. No. My computer decided to act up for a minute there, and I couldn't see a single thing that was being recorded for a second. I was worried that my computer died.
Hello.
Oh, boy. That's going to be an awkward interlude. So we'll go right back to the fucking question before I was so rudely interrupted by my stupidity. So on your left-hand track, we have the timeshare salesman with some really exciting offers. And on your right-hand track, you have your racist uncle.
Bye, racist uncle. No, I'm kidding. Fuck the timeshare guy. That's a scam.
Fuck the timeshare guy. You could turn racism around. You can show them the error of their ways.
Okay.
But you can't fix an asshole.
You know what? I would probably run over the racist uncle because the last timeshare folks I dealt with gave me plenty of free gifts and I didn't give them shit.
Well, right now you look like a racist uncle with your skinhead.
Hey, it's not all skin.
All you're missing is a swastika, bro.
There's still a little fuzz right there. I'm going to put it right here on top of my head. See? No?
Oh.
No, no, I'm good. All right. Next set of losers stuck to the track. On the right-hand track, you have the person who invented pop-up ads. And on the left-hand track, you have your most hated personal enemy from high school.
Person who invented pop-up ads, that's bigger than me. Like, you gotta think how many people that has annoyed over the course of your lifetime. That's doing a service for everybody. I'm a big enough person that I can be like, hey, guess what? I didn't like you in high school, but we don't have to see each other. Like, in high school, you're kind of forced to because you go to that school. When you're not in high school, guess what? I don't ever have to see you if I don't fucking want to.
Yeah.
So I'll do the world a service and kill the pop-up guy.
Okay. What are you leaning?
I'm agreeing with her.
I'm going to kill the pop-up guy, but for a slightly different reason than you were. And
Yeah, haven't you already done enough to your most hated person in high school? You stole his fucking girl.
the woman who I'm currently married to was the the fiance of my most hated enemy from high school.
There, see? You've already gotten your revenge. You don't need to... That's like kicking a horse when he's down. You can't do that.
I've done enough to him. I've done enough. He can...
You've ruined his life.
He can crawl back into his hole. I think he's still single, if I'm not mistaken.
He's just waiting for Candace to come back.
Well,
what's that book? The Great Expectations? That's what we have here. He's just sitting at home in his tux, just surrounded by cobwebs. Everything's set up from the day they were supposed to get married.
No, I think he's...
How did you guys watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
What?
No, but I would like to.
God damn it. You wouldn't get the reference.
I lost your volume there, Miss B. I can barely hear you.
Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh, yes, I do.
The guy that keeps proposing to Amy? That's your high school enemy?
Pretty much. Except for,
Imagine he listens to this.
This dude, if he had played his...
like, fuck you, Chris.
I can't fucking stand you, and then he comes up one day in the podcast, and he's like, God fucking damn it!
This dude...
Just one comment on the podcast. Candace, come back.
I can show you a picture of him, because I do at least have one or two.
But
this fellow was interesting. Interesting. He had the Beatles bowl haircut long before it was long after it was still fashionable. And
oh no.
He was a drummer in a band, so that was his main pull for most women at that point was he was a drummer. He was in a band.
Fuck the drummer. You always gotta go with the bass guitar, man. And
seriously.
Singers.
Well,
those are the ones that are gonna really fuck your life up.
All right, next set of questions here. We got, not questions, but next set of folks to throw on the tracks. We got on your left-hand track, we have Ross from Friends. On the right-hand track, we have a Wall Street lobbyist.
Ross. Fuck Ross.
Ross. That was an ass. He was like the classic nice guy. All the nice guys have posters of Ross in their house.
I'm gonna have to say...
All he was missing was a flower and a fedora.
The only reason I'm saying this is because he's off the market at this point. By the end of the show, he had a kid and he was with Rachel. I'm not going to deny the kid her father. However, I am going to run over the guy that would basically say, fuck you to you and me and the rest of the damn country as long as he's making his money. I'm killing the lobbyist.
Okay.
So,
to each their own.
Fuck Ross.
So, y'all run over Ross, I'm killing the lobbyist. He's out.
Fuck them kids!
Alright, here's a nice one. We got some good guys here this time. On the left-hand track, we have Bob Ross. And on the right-hand track, we have Keanu Reeves.
Oh, no! Sorry, fucking... Hold on, wait.
Bob Ross. Keanu Reeves has suffered enough for zero fucking reason.
Pardon?
Oh, no.
I said, I'm gonna kill Bob Ross because he's already dead. Keanu
They're
Reeves has already
both such
suffered
good
enough
guys.
for no reason.
He suffered
They're both such good
because
guys.
he made bad movie choices about mid-career.
What? No. I'm talking about how his fucking girlfriend and his kid died.
Oh. I'm just talking, like, career-wise. We good?
Yeah, no.
Stalker coming up behind you? What's going on?
But it was telling me things.
Oh, okay. I just saw you turn back, like, real concerned for a moment there, and...
Yeah.
It's like waiting for the door to swing open and somebody to surprise you with a knife, or... I don't know. I'm being real morbid right now.
Anywho.
Alright, next set of people on the tracks. Left-hand track, we have two teens falling in love for the first time. Or, on the right-hand track, the most beautiful wedding.
The wedding. Bye.
Yeah.
New love is always better.
I would have
disgusting.
to... I think I'm going to run
Just because Just because you have a beautiful wedding doesn't mean you're going to have a beautiful marriage.
I'm going to run over the teens. Because just because they're falling in love for the first time doesn't mean they're any good for each other.
This is my sister.
Hi.
Yo.
This is Chris.
I met
this
you.
Is Nico.
Hi.
Go away.
Mom wanted to know if you were off the call.
Well, it's nice to meet your sister in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, she doesn't listen, sorry.
All right,
Get
so
out.
you guys are running over the wedding party, and I'm like, fuck them kids.
Fuck that wedding party. The whole wedding party.
All right, next set here. Here's a nice. This is actually a well-timed question. Are you going to A, on the left-hand track, run over the Dalai Lama, or B, on the right-hand track, run over a group of Buddhist monks?
The Dalai Lama.
You're gonna run over the Dalai Lama?
Yeah, they can always make a new Dalai Lama. That's one guy as opposed to 5 guys. One of those 5 guys could be the new one.
She does make a good point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think
the Dalai Lama would agree with me.
I think the Dalai Lama would take one for the team.
I think you
You take one for the team. It's an easy one.
I think if we headed for the group of Buddhist monks, he'd throw himself on the track in front of them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
And then you just kill them all, I guess.
last set of people thrown on the tracks.
All right.
On the left-hand track, we have a young witch just starting to use her powers for good. On the right-hand track, we have a friendly alien that just landed on Earth. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run over the witch. And the reason I'm going to run over the witch is because I think being the first person to make contact with alien life, I could care less about Sabrina. Alien life, that's a momentous thing. I've met plenty of witches.
That's a really hard question.
Yeah.
Because you know that you're going to see this alien and they're going to capture it and then do experiments on it.
Who says?
Says, like, every movie ever made, ever.
Says the United States government.
Says the United States government and the alien that's still trapped in Roswell, New Mexico.
Pretty much any government in the world, really, if you think about it.
So it's like, do you save the alien anguish and pain? Plus, is our primitive species ready for alien contact? Is what you have to think.
We're not even ready for
I don't
human
think so.
contact.
And what are you getting out of discovering the alien? Like, granted, yeah, but you discovered it, but it doesn't mean that anyone's going to believe that you were the one discovering it.
Yeah. Like, you don't know what the witch could do. She's using her powers for good. She has endless potential and possibilities. Just because this alien is friendly doesn't mean that his brethren are friendly. So, like, he could be like, hey guys, like, I'm super chill, but, like, my parents are going to come here in, like, 5 minutes, and they're going to, like, vaporize the planet.
My boyfriend's in the background fucking scoffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
Like, maybe his whole mission was to come down to Earth to see whether or not there are intelligent life forms. But they're going to meet us, and we're, like, so primitive and stupid compared to the alien that he's going to be like, I mean, there's life forms here, but they're not great. And then they're going to vaporize the planet. So even though he's chill and he's just doing his job, the rest of the people may not be. So I'm gonna run over the alien. For good or bad, I'm gonna run over the alien.
I mean, how do you know that murdering the alien outright isn't going to start a war? I mean, by your premise, there's a good chance you're starting war either way.
How do you know that killing the witch...
How do they know that I killed it, though? How will they know? Maybe he just maybe he, like, Bermuda Triangled his way over to Earth and he's just disappeared and never to be seen again.
How do you know that the killing the witch isn't gonna fucking bring a coven uprising?
Oh my
Good
god.
point, yeah.
That's the other thing, too. Like, think of how many witches are going to be on your ass after that.
Probably fewer than
And,
the
like,
aliens.
The coven.
that alien might fuck up your day. They could fuck up your life.
Yeah, and your family's lives, and
your grandchildren.
Every fucking generation that comes from your bloodline.
They could curse you and everything that exits your womb.
They could Madame Zeroni you.
Have you never seen
War of
the Worlds ID4, The Day the Earth Stood Still?
I mean, have you ever watched American Horror Story?
I've watched American Horror Story. I'm just saying that witches are not going to cause quite as much devastation as aliens will if we piss them off.
Witches cause the apocalypse.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you. They cause the apocalypse. What?
So did the aliens in Independence Day.
That wasn't the apocalypse.
Yeah, but you also have to think, right? Ready? Okay. This witch is someone's daughter. She has a social security number. You're going to kill her, and at which point you're going to have to pull off the perfect crime to bury the body and make sure that no one finds out that it was you, otherwise you're going to go to prison. If you kill an alien, who besides you is going to know?
We're again assuming that this alien is not connected with the rest of his species. The people that sent him down here to begin with.
I mean, you can't just assume that the witch has no friends or family.
You can't assume that
or
the alien
social
does
security
either.
number.
I think we're talking equally mutual destruction no matter what we do. I'd say this is one of those answers, like, you could hit the alien, you could hit the witch, but I think we're still going to get fucked.
How about we take a sharp turn, we flip the trolley, and we kill them both in one swipe?
What were you saying?
What if it's still like a John Jones kind of alien?
Right? What if we hit the alien with the trolley, and the alien, it does nothing to the fucking alien, period.
Yeah.
Well, you could say the same thing about the witch. Who knows?
A Martian Manhunter, kind of. Pardon?
Oh my god.
What did he say?
What if there's witches from alien planets?
Doesn't that limit the
Oh my god.
That's just bringing that question.
Where Earth witches are on their power?
The moon?
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't mean that the moon is gonna...
If an alien lives on a planet with more moons than Earth, would there be more powerful witches there?
Would they be less powerful witches here?
Yeah, they have less moons, right? Where they draw their power from.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Where we're aliens.
You're gonna say aliens?
Of course. Of course.
Who's to say that witches from other planets or other
They are not
galaxies-
extinct!
Pilgrims, illiterate people with no guns, got rid of witches.
They didn't get rid of... Pilgrims didn't get rid of witches. They burned innocent women alive.
Why are we under the assumption that we're gonna capture an alien? How? How are you gonna capture this alien?
How they captured the one in Roswell?
An advanced life form.
The one in Roswell crashed. They didn't capture it. It was just... No? Okay.
Well, they captured it after it crashed. Like...
I think in this case, we either kill them both or we stop the trolley, because...
I think...
jumping off.
I was going to say...
I'm jumping off. I'm jumping off. Whatever happens, happens. It's not my fault anymore.
Somebody else throw the switch.
I'm not fucking with no witch covens. I'm not fucking with no alien fucking invasion.
Right? I am not going to be the one that basically destroys this planet. We'll leave that to Trump.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Right. All right. With that, I think we've run our course today for the podcast. Thank you to Miss B and Miss Peyton for having shown up today.
Yay.
Yeah, and congratulations on your new home, Miss Peyton. We'll congratulate you right on the podcast.
Fuck yeah!
So excited!
And
we're all gonna have a party once COVID is over.
join us again middle of the week on Wednesday for Miss B's Tea Time with Honey.
I have no idea what we're talking about this week, but we'll figure it out.
Plenty of shit's hit the fan. I believe we got plenty to talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll talk about the world going to hell, which seems to be what we read in the news pretty much every day.
Yes.
And more than likely we'll still be talking about it from quarantine.
Probably.
So from myself and the rest of the podcasting group, keep sane and keep on listening to whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to listen to me. You can turn this off anytime you want, and I'm only saying that because we finished the podcast. We're done. Now you can leave.
Finito.
I am going to call in your sister.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.